This video will be over section 1.3 in college algebra in context. We'll be identifying linear functions, finding x and y intercepts and the slopes of graphs of linear functions, graphing linear functions, finding the rate of change for a linear function, identify identity and constant functions, apply linear revenue, cost, and profit functions, and find marginal revenue and marginal profit from linear revenue and linear profit functions. First, a linear function. A linear function can be written in the form f of x equals ax plus b, where a and b are constants, and of course in place of f of x sometimes we can have y. So we'll have y equals ax plus b. A and b are constants, that means they're numbers that stay the same all the time. So we need to determine if these equations represent a linear function or not, and if so, find the domain and range. Right. Now the first one, if we moved s to the other side by adding an s to each side, would s equals 3t plus 5, that would be a linear, and the domain will be all real numbers. And the range would also be all real numbers. Y equals 9. Yes, this is a linear function because we have 0x plus 9. The domain of this, any x value we have, will work. It's all real numbers. And the range is 9. Y equals 5. This is not a linear function. This is not linear. Intercepts algebraically. To find the y-intercept of the graph of y equals f of x, you let x equals 0 in the equation and solve for y. The y-intercept, basically, we're looking for where does my function cross the y-axis? Well, where the y-axis is, x equals 0 everywhere on that y-axis. That's why we fill in x equals 0. If solution is b, we say the y-intercept is b, and the graph intersects the y-axis at the point 0b. And correctly, the y-intercept is a point, so we should say 0b instead of y equals b. To find the x-intercept of the graph, now we're looking at the x-intercept. We're looking at where does it cross this line. Well, what's true of every point on that line is that y equals 0. So we fill in y equals 0 in the equation and solve it for x. And the solution is a, and then our point where it crosses is a0. Let's try that. We're going to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. We have the y-intercept first, so that means x equals 0. Filling in 0, we'll get 0 minus 8y equals 16. Divide by negative 8, y will equal negative 2, and so the y-intercept would be at 0, negative 2. It would be at that point. The x-intercept, now we have y equals 0. So we have 4x minus 8 times 0 is 0 equals 16. Divide by 4, x equals 4, and so the point 4, 0 is the x-intercept. Now the slope of the line is what angle, when I draw it, what angle does it come to? The slope is defined as the vertical change over the horizontal change. How much is it to go up as it goes across? We shorten that to rise over run. The slope is found by taking any 2 points, and here they have these 2 points, this one and this one. Well, the vertical distance is the difference between y2 and y1, and the horizontal difference or the run is the distance between x2 and x1. Make sure, truthfully, it doesn't matter which point you put first. Always remember, y's go on top, rise over run, and make sure you keep the pairs together. The slope of a vertical line, it should be one that goes like this. Well, the rise might be anything, but the run is 0. Oops, 0 in the denominator. So a vertical line, the slope is undefined. Now we need to find the slope of this line. So remember, the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if we take this as our 2, we'll have -1 minus 3 over 5 minus -7. Notice the y's were on top, and here's my 5, -1 together, and my -7, 3 together. This equals -4, 5 minus -7, remember it's 12, so the slope is -1/3. We will always reduce our fractions. The slope of a line is positive if it rises upward towards the right. So as you go left to right, it goes up. That slope is positive. If it goes down or falls towards the right, so as it goes left to right, if it goes down, that slope is negative. Those are helpful things to remember. The slope of the horizontal line, when you have rise over run, you don't have any rise, so that's 0. And the run could be almost anything. So the slope of a horizontal line is 0. Helps me remember the horizon. We got 0, the sun coming up over the horizon. The slope of a vertical line does not exist, because then we will have the rise we would definitely have, but we don't have any run, that's 0. So that is undefined. It does not exist or is undefined. Now the slope and y-intercept of a line. The slope of the graph of the line y equals mx plus b. M is our slope, and the y-intercept of the graph is b, so that the graph crosses the y-axis at the point 0, b. This is the slope and y-intercept of a line. So notice we talked about ax plus b. Well, our a becomes m. That's the slope. And we call b the intercept, meaning the y-intercept in this case.